Good morning, Crossroads South, and happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, March 21st. It's an A day today. And I just want to thank our student council members for yesterday and the morning announcements takeover. You do such a better job than I do of the morning announcements. So kudos to you. I hope that some of you who are 8th graders, continue to think about morning announcements as you move on to the high school, because there's a whole class called VTN, and they do daily morning announcements at the high school, but it's like a TV show. They like produce the whole thing, not this like low budget capes version here. So anyway, I just want to thank our student council members, and you did a great job. Let's move on. Speaking of student council, we have a couple of announcements today. The first one is that the food drive is on, and listen, I've got to be honest, you need to keep bringing in your food items. We had it all last week, and the only unit that was in the lead was Gamma. Go Gamma. Now, this week, we have a couple of items, but last year we were up at like 1,000 items. Folks, we're at 75. That is not good. Last year, maybe it was our 8th graders last year, I don't know, but last year we were up over 1,000 items. So let's give the totals right now. Aurora, I'm sorry to say you have 0. Phoenix, you have 38. You are leading the 6th grade team. Apollo, 0. So, yep, we got to get working on that. In the 7th grade, Chi, 0. Gamma, 26. Delta, 0. And in the 8th grade, Alpha, 0. Beta, 0. Omega, 11. So shout out to Omega, Gamma, and Phoenix, with Phoenix being in the lead for the food drive right now. But Phoenix, anything can change. So folks, go home, go into your pantry, pull out cans, pull out extra items, whatever's on that list, pull it out, bring it in, and donate it. And let's see if we can get these totals up to at least 500 for the school. I think we can do it for sure. So let's get those going. And don't forget, whoever wins gets a pizza party. All right, moving on. Don't forget, we have our pie in the face bracket. We are going to be announcing those winners very soon, because this Friday is Patterns, our Patterns Assembly, which will take place in the afternoon. And then I'm going to lead into our last piece, and this is talking about behavioral expectations. You know, each morning on the morning announcements, I feel like I've been giving these reminders, but for some of you, you think it's not for you. Yesterday, we had an incident where somebody hit somebody else, and they go, "Oh, well, he told me to do it." Not okay. Not okay. Here's my message for today. You take responsibility for your actions. Nobody can tell you what to do. And that is never an excuse. That is like, I feel like that is the simplest thing to say, but it's the most ridiculous thing to say too. Because somebody, if I end up bumping into somebody, nobody's going to listen to me and say, "Oh, well, you know, Mr. Kimmick told me to do it, or Miss Hinson told me to do it." I made the choice. Whether it was a good choice or a bad choice, I made the choice. I shouldn't have done it. That's the end of it. And you know what? Taking responsibility for your actions is a really mature thing to do. And that's a sign of you growing up and understanding that we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but you have to own your decisions, own it, and move forward. I also want to say that I did send a letter home to parents last night talking about our language. We have so many people that continue to use language that is not appropriate. Things that are mean statements about other people, things like racial slurs, all those kinds of things. And it is shocking to me that somehow people think like, "Oh, it's okay, they're my friend," or "I didn't mean it that way." If you have an excuse afterwards, there's no excuse that ever comes after something like that. There's no excuse. You can't say something hurtful and then feel justified in saying that. Not okay. Period. So we have to erase your words. If you don't like something or you're upset about something, there's so many other options. Turn and walk away. You know, go to somebody, go to a friend and vent it out. Come to your counselors. If you know, there's an old saying that my grandmother used to say to me: "If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all." Don't. Sometimes silence in this world where we're just overwhelmed with news media and posts and TikTok videos and all of that, you know what? Sometimes the best thing to do is to be silent and be quiet. It makes you a little bit more mysterious rather than saying all these horrible things. And I want to just remind you that that is the same when we go into text messages and things like that. I'm appalled with some of the things that kids are saying. And when I see who it is, I'm like, that's not who you are. You're a good kid. This is not who you are as a person. So We have a lot of self-control that we have to work on in this school, and a lot of taking responsibility for our actions and moving forward. So that's my message. Every day I'm saying, let's do a little bit better today. All right. This concludes the morning announcements. You got this, Crossroads. Let's stand for the flutes. Let's stand for the salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Have a great day, Crossroads.